Morning, everybody. Hope you're all doing okay. We must make sure this morning that we keep the volume down. Actually, no, we don't need to keep the volume down because I'm in my own pad, so I can. Oh, mind you, like I was in my own accommodation last week. Anyway, we'll talk about that in a little while because there's been some interesting comments on it. Sarah Byron, thank you for being a channel member for 9 months. I really do appreciate your support. Morning, Gabby. Lots of love. Thank you so much. Lots of love to you too, Sarah. Thank you, everyone, for joining this morning. So, hopefully you've all got your coffees on the go. Let me know what you're having to drink this morning. Are we on the tea? Are we on the coffee? Are we on the cappuccinos? Are we on the lemon tea, the green tea? Maybe the water? Maybe the orange juice? What are we drinking? Please let me know in the chat. I'm going to do some shout outs. Let's see who we've got. But before we do, what we're going to talk about, what we're going to talk about coming up in this coffee morning, we are going to discuss last week's situation because I've recorded so many times like a channel member video that I was going to put up, and there was just something that got in the way of it, like no word of a lie, and I'm going to talk to you about that in a little while. So we're going to discuss what actually happened and what happened after. I'll tell you the after events as well, because I'm sure you're all so keen to know what happened, because I've been reading the comments in the chat and they've been so interesting. We're going to talk about the vlog that went up last night. I'm sorry that got up to you guys late. I did want to get that up for you earlier, but I wanted to be there for the premiere because I knew that it was going to be a long vlog, and it was. It was like nearly an hour, and I wanted to be part of that, and just wanted to be part of the premiere, really. I didn't want to miss out, like communicating with you guys and stuff. And I'm going to let you know what's coming up next week in the chat as well. I'm going to discuss Mum's Club because that's going to be coming up this week. We missed it last week because of obvious reasons. I was going to do a Mum's Club and I was going to do it from abroad, but like I said, we'll discuss that in a minute. And got a couple of troll comments which I felt needed to mention because they sort of like frustrated me a little bit. And we've got Pet of the Week coming up, and we've got Pop's Quote of the Week. So we've got quite a bit going on. So at the moment, we've got 124 people watching Coffee Morning. Please hit the thumbs up, share the love. Hopefully you enjoy it. If you're new to the channel, this is our Coffee Morning. We do this weekly. We do it every Monday. We'll try to stick to every Monday because it depends on like what's going on, location, stuff like that. But yeah, we try to do it every single Monday, preferably from my house. Sometimes abroad, depending on the neighbours. Anyway, like let me just discuss that in a little while because we've got to get it off our chests. Right. Yay. What we like so much about... You've got it. Hang on a minute. You've got a snotty nose. 1 second. Well, snotty nose. Yeah, that happens a lot in Coffee Morning. Not snotty noses as such, but Casper coming in to make an appearance. Right, hang on. Let me just do these shout outs and then I'm just going to get on with it. Craig Cargill, thank you so much for your super chat. Gabby, what happened at the airport? You stopped your story at the end of last week's Coffee Morning. What happened at the airport? Stopped your story at the end of last week's Coffee Morning. Oh, yeah. Well, I was talking about my dress, weren't I? So, yeah. Basically, Craig, like I didn't get to complete the story because I was talking about it, weren't I? I'd got a tag. I'd bought a dress and I'd gone out of Tesco's and I hadn't had the tag taken off. So I went on the self-serve, but I assumed there was no tags on the items because... my shorts, I bought some shorts as well, and the shorts didn't have a tag on them, and they went through the self-serve first, and I'd got a dress as well. And I just thought, oh, there's no tags because I can't feel a tag on the shorts. Obviously, they don't do it anymore or what have you. And went out the door, didn't really think about it. No alarm went off, didn't register at all. But obviously, if an alarm had gone off, then I'd have gone, oh, do you know what I mean? Like, there's obviously something attached to these clothing, like these pieces of clothing. And then when we went to go and load the suitcase at the car park, I went and got my stuff out. And as I put my shorts into the suitcase, I picked up the dress and I was like, oh no. And I felt this tag, this like big plastic tag that was attached. And I was like, oh no, I don't know what I'm going to do with this, because I can't wear it like this, obviously, because well, you just can't. And I just thought, I don't know how I'm going to get it off either. So I was really stressing and couldn't get back to Tesco's. It's like, oh, I really wanted to wear this dress as well. I don't know what to do. And I thought, well, Tim actually suggested that I took it to one of the shops in the airport to see if they would take it off. And I said, there's no way they're going to do that unless I've bought it from that place or if I'm buying something, because they're just going to think I've shoplifted it, right? Because it's got the tag on it. And Tim was like, oh, you might be surprised. They might do it for you. And I was like, oh, okay. And luckily, I went into JD Sports, or at Tim, JD Sports, and they were so lovely, and they just removed it for me. So they said, yes, no problem, we could do that for you. And I was like, oh, thank God for that. But I was really like stressed about it. I was stressed about the dress. Right, okay. So let's do some shout outs. Let's see what we've got. Victoria Scott, thank you so much. I love your hair, Gabby. You are amazing. Oh, thanks, Victoria. That's a nice thing to say. I don't think my neighbour from last week thought it was amazing. Tim, what's going on? Why are we buffering?
I don't know.
Why am I buffering? Hey. I'm looking at the screen and it's fuzzy.
He's got all his toys in front of him.
Oh, that might be why. I think Casper's put all his stuff in front of the port. Is that why?
All these were in front of it.
Oh.
All the Gabby cats were in front of the...
Oh dear. Oh dear. That's why. There we go. But yeah, thank you so much, Victoria. I appreciate that, because I know that the neighbour last week doesn't think I'm amazing. So shout outs. Come on, let's do it. It's taken a while to get these shout outs out, isn't it? We've got Vera Poole. We've got the Master Goose. We've got Joanne J. We've got Amanda Beach. We've got Penny, we've got Jeanette Freeland, we've got Jules B, Lee Davis, Julie McGarty, Ruth Jones, Vincent Clark, Penny, we've got Philip Vincent, we've got Christopher Goff, Ben McSporran, Jacob Clayton, I've said Julie McGarty, Abby Jo Draycott is here, Anna Tidmarch is here. Anna, I feel like we really missed you last night. Where was you? Judy McGarty, I've said Judy McGarty, I'm sure I said Judy McGarty. Sarah Nicole, we got JW, Debbie Hastings is here as well. We got Dina Gill, Mr. Cyberheart, Barry Kopic is here. We've got Ryan Tune, Eugene McGeever, K Ground 47, we've got Lee. Hang on, we've got Cynthia Sloan as well. If you want to shout out, guys, please let me know now. We've got Jack Cargill as well. We've got Monica Louise. We've got Andrew Kirk. We've got Vera Poole, who's been a channel member for 5 months and says, loved every minute. Oh, thanks, Vera. I've loved having you here, really have. You know, we've got a great community. I love it. We've got Christopher Goff, Hazel Manship, Beverly Marr, Sarah Nicole, David Julson. We've got Michelle and Daniel Butterworth, been channel members for 21 months. That's amazing. Thank you so much for your support, guys. Hi, Gabby and everyone. Hope you are all well. We're all good, Michelle, and hope everyone else in the chat is as well. 21 months, that's amazing. Amazing. Thank you so much. We've got Jason M, K Grand, Andrea, Mickey. I might be going over the same people now. So we've got Rosemary as well. Before I go any further, obviously I'll try and shout people out as we do go along. But before we go any further, I would like to make an announcement. Can we have a drum roll, please? Drum roll for the announcement. Drum roll. Carla Smith is here as well. Hey, Gabby, I don't always make the coffee mornings. I'm usually working. Your hair is stunning. Oh, thank you so much. It was like people were saying, yes, not yesterday, last week on Coffee Morning, people were saying that I look grey, and it's because some of the highlights have gone so light. It's like unreal. So in that light, it might look grey, but it is actually blonde. It is blonde. I haven't gone grey yet. Okay. Roger Kangaroo, hello, thanks for joining. Can you keep the drums down, please? They are very loud. I agree. We are a very loud community, aren't we? Or you guys might not be. You guys shouldn't take the blame for my loudness. Just Me Jenny is here as well. Hi, Jenny. Thank you for joining us. Okay. The announcement is I've got a really good moderating team here. Fabulous. So I'd just like to do a good big shout. What's going on with my brain? I'd like to give a big shout out to my moderating team because they are absolutely fantastic. I've got Jay Belvedere, I've got Foxy, I've got Andy, I've got Craig, I've got Nikki as well. And I have just recruited 2 more. Now, the last mod that I recruited was nearly 2 years ago. Nikki, I can't believe you've been a moderator for like nearly 2 years. That's absolutely insane. But Nikki is the last moderator that I recruited, and I don't recruit very often because being a moderator, it can be quite what's the word? You've got to be on the A game, and instead of like enjoying content, you're kind of looking out for certain things and stuff like that. And if I do recruit, I have to really be careful with who I'm recruiting and stuff like that. But I have recently taken on 2 new moderators because I felt like with it being 2 years, 1 for each year, I thought, and I felt like the 2 people that I recruited have really like had my back, have been really fair on the channels as well, do you know what I mean? And they've been quite sharp, very supportive, been with me for a long time. And so I'd just like you all to welcome to the moderating team, the Master Goose and Ben McSporran, who I recruited this weekend. So big round of applause for you guys because you really do deserve it, because, you know, you just work really hard and I really felt like you deserved that. So I just want to say thank you so much, guys, for, you know, accepting and coming on board, because I think that you two are going to do absolutely amazing for our community. I mean, what's so important about moderating is that the people that are in our community who are enjoying the content, we've all got this protection. Like, I really want our bubble to be a safe place. I want us to be able to have a rant about normal life situations, and I want there to be no bullying, and I want it to be like a real, like, I want it to be a good space. I want this to be a positive place where we can put the world to rights and turn negatives into positives and stuff like that. And I do believe that I've got a lot to rant about. I rant all the time, but I feel like my rants are about negative things that should become positive and stuff like that in my eyes. I'm quite opinionated, but in no way, shape or form, even when I'm being opinionated, am I a bully. And I really feel that bullying is something that would not be tolerated on this channel or anything like that. And I know that the moderators that I choose are going to protect our community. So thank you so much, guys, for coming on board and accepting my offer for that. I really do appreciate it from the bottom of my heart, because the moderators, they give up their spare time, and yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. Andrew Cook says, well done, guys. Anna says, spot on your choices, 100%. Thank you so much for the support there, Anna. Mum's the Jack. Congratulations to the new moderators. Ben says, thank you. It's a pleasure to be part of the mod team. And the Goose says, we'll do my very best. I think you'd be great. I think you're going to be great. We have Vera says, we have a lovely friendly group I'm so lucky to be part of. Yeah, and that's exactly what this is what coffee mornings are all about. It is about bringing people together and us having a chat, company, and just talking about life, do you know what I mean, and stuff like that. And things that are just normal, like everyday niggly kind of things, and discussing stuff. It's a good place, you know. So on that note, we'll talk about last week, because I've had a mix of comments, to be honest with you. I could go through some of the comments actually now, but I'll have to flag up another page, and that might take a while. But basically, I've had some interesting comments. I've had I would definitely say 90% of people have supported me and said that they didn't feel like that was fair. So if anyone didn't catch up on last week's coffee morning, so me and Tim were away and we were vlogging, and the unit that we were staying in was semi-detached. So we were attached to someone, but not on the other side. So we were on the end, and we had our own garden. We had our own swimming pool, and we had our own patio area where I was doing my coffee morning. And I'm not gonna deny that I'm a loud talker. I'm a loud talker in general. It's got nothing to do with like not having a microphone on, because a lot of people had said in the comments, you need a microphone, and then you won't be as loud. If any of you have watched me on Tim's channel when I've had my microphone mic'd up when I've been on Tim's, I still talk really loud. In fact, with the microphone, it's probably quite deafening. But I think it's because my past jobs have always been in customer service, you know, worked on holiday parks and customer service, and I've always had to be quite clear, concise, and had to be not loud as such, but just a little bit more up with my tone and make the message get across and stuff like that. And it is my way. Also being an entertainer on a stage, you know, when you're singing and when you're presenting and stuff like that, again, you have to be quite up with your volume. I'm actually like singing next to speakers all the time. I'm not saying that that's affected my hearing, because I don't have any hearing difficulties or anything like that. But you do feel like working in that kind of environment, your tone has to be up. It's no excuse for being a loud person, but I do think that kind of work atmosphere that I'm in does sort of encourage me to be a little bit more, you know, up with my volume. So I do talk quite loud, but even when I'm talking to Tim, I'm pretty loud. I don't shout, but I talk quite loud. And I was presenting my coffee morning last week on the patio, and towards the end, in fact, I weren't long gonna wrap it, to be fair, but I wasn't wrapping it at this particular point. I was still sort of finishing a story I was telling you guys. And a woman who was staying next door poked her head over our wall, which I could have said, can you please put your head back, because I don't want your head over my wall. But I'm not like that. I'm not really that sort of person. But she put her head over my wall and said, could I be quiet? She said, you're really, really loud. And we're trying to relax. And at first I went, oh, I'm sorry. I said, this is just like my normal talking tone. And she was going, yes, but you're being loud. And anyway, she was Tim went over to speak to her, and she was like persisting. And I thought, I'm going to have to end my coffee morning, because I just can't do it like this. I can't do it where I've been interrupted. I've now got to deal with this situation. You guys are having to watch it. You haven't tuned in to watch something like that. You've tuned in to watch Coffee Morning. I'm trying to just talk to you guys, deliver a coffee morning. Yes, I'm doing my job, because the thing is, when me and Tim are away, we still got to work at the same time. So I know that some people are on holiday, but some people got to work. But some people, when they're on holiday, do their jobs, don't they? Because sometimes you just can't stop. Sometimes you work in an environment where it's just continuous, and you can't take that annual leave as such, and you just got to continue with it. So I thought, I'm going to have to sort of leave it here, because I can't continue like this. But if it were me in that situation and I was next door and I would say I was trying to sunbathe or whatever, and I was like, oh, this girl next door just keeps talking and talking and talking. I don't think I would have the balls to say anything to someone who was talking, because it's not crime. It's not something that isn't allowed. Do you know what I mean? To talk, you can talk as much as you want. If you're talking loud, that's up to you. But I wouldn't have done it. I might have thought something in my head, but I wouldn't have had the balls to put my head over the wall and actually said anything. But you know, obviously she thought she was entitled, and so on and so forth. So I thought, I'll come off coffee morning and I'll just deal with this situation. And I am not like someone that I don't like confrontation. I absolutely hate it, believe it or not. I'm one of these people that just like to think things in my head and just go, all right, okay, do you know what I mean? And say nothing. But when people have like, you know, because she had disturbed my work and that, it did rattle me. It did rattle me inside. And I just thought, well, if you're going to have the balls to come over and say that to me, I'm going to, you know, do that and say something back to you. And I'm not going to be mean. I'm just going to tell her straight, because she had no problem telling me straight. So I got off coffee morning and I said to her, look, I said, what is the problem? I said, at the end of the day, this is how I talk. If I was speaking to my husband on, you know, you telling me that I can't speak to my husband in this garden area because this is the volume I talk at. And then she said, yes. She said, but you are working. She went, you are working and you have been working for nearly an hour. She said, and if you were speaking to your husband, you would just be speaking to him. And I was like, what? And I thought, no, that doesn't even make any sense. So I just went, what? So because I am working, it's a problem. But if I was speaking to my husband, it wouldn't be a problem. She went, yes, because you are working. And I was like, God, I can't believe this. And I just said, well, the thing is, I'm going to continue to talk as much as I like while I'm here. And I said, and if you want to go and complain to reception, I suggest you do that. And maybe they'll move you. And she went, well, I am going to go and moan to reception. And I went, go on then. I would love to know what they're going to say when you go up to reception and say, I'd like to complain about my neighbour because she's talking. I said, I just would love to know what they're going to say. And I said, but for your benefit, maybe they'll move you because I'm not going to not talk because it's not making you happy. You know, I'm not happy that you're being rude and saying this to me. And she went, I am not being rude. You're being rude. And I was like, well, I think you're being rude. And she was like, I think you're being rude. And I was like, well, I wouldn't have said it to you. So there's the difference. So am I rude or am I just retaliating to you being rude to me? And she said, you have been working for an hour. I was like, actually, I was live for 40 minutes, you know, and if I went into your office, say, I don't know, what are you, a doctor? Are you a solicitor? Probably not a solicitor. Are you a cop? Whatever you are, if I walked into your office when you're working and opened up the door and was really rude while you were dealing with a client, you know, how would you react? Because I am doing my job, you know, at the end of the day, and there is no rules that you cannot work whilst you're in that accommodation. And in fact, what's more frustrating is it was a semi-detached private area. I did have somebody comment, because like I said, there was a few comments that didn't agree with me doing coffee morning on my balcony, and somebody had said, oh God, I took a screenshot of it. Did I send it to myself? I think I did. I'm not sure. But I don't want to come off pet of the week. So if I find it, I'll tell you about it at the end. But someone had said the best... I would not have done it in a public place. I would have not done coffee morning there. I would have done it in a private place. Someone had said in the comments. And I was like, it was a private place. It was a paid for, semi-detached patio, garden, pool area, like my garden. Like if I was to do a coffee morning in my garden right now, my neighbours would not mind at all, you know. And so it wasn't really any different. So it was private. I didn't go to a public pool and sit there and do it while someone was trying to have a coffee. I was in my private area. I couldn't get any more private than that. But somebody had said in the comments, you should have taken it to a private area. So that was frustrating to read. But you are going to have split decisions on that, because if you weren't going to have split decisions on that whole argument, I wouldn't have been in an argument. Do you see what I'm saying? So there are going to be people that support her, and then there are going to be people that support me, because obviously there will be a divide. There'll be people that think that I was in the right and she was in the right. Otherwise there wouldn't have been an argument in the blooming first place. So but in my opinion, just summing it all up, my opinion is, if it had have been me, right, I would have just probably have said to Tim, God, that woman's going on a bit. And I would have probably just said nothing more and waited. And I wouldn't have said anything, but I would have never, you know, when we were coming out on the flight on Jet 2, we were sat, obviously, I think they sit kids with kids. I'm sure they do. And I don't blame them. It's probably the best way to handle it. But we were sat near a family that had got quite a few kids, and they were really loud. They were making a racket. I expected it. We were sat with kids. Kids that are of that age, they make a racket. You know, I've got one. I know I've had Holly when she was little, and I've got Casper, and they do make a racket, kids do. But I never would have dreamed of saying, do you think you want to keep it down a bit? Because I probably would have got a slap from that type of person who it was, do you know what I mean? Because they probably would not have tolerated it. But me, being so naive, when she first looked over the wall, I went, hi, like that. I thought she was going to say something nice. And then I realised she actually knows she wasn't going to say something nice. So yeah, it was annoying, but like, I've dropped it. But the next day when Casper was playing in the pool, I was like, oh God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, because she's going to come over any minute and she's going to go nuts, because obviously she didn't go at reception because she knew that nothing could possibly have happened. You know, what can reception say to it? Oh, sorry, your neighbour's talking. So when Casper was in the pool, I was on edge and I was thinking, oh my God, because he's giggling, he's laughing. But it is a family resort. So any family can rent these rooms out, and our room slept up to 4 people. So in theory, we could have had 2 kids in there. It could have been mum, dad, 2 kids, or it could have been mum and 3 kids, you know, and then what? Do you know what I mean? Then I think she would have been really crying. And I think that probably she was frustrated with Casper playing, but I don't think she probably wanted the confrontation either, but she didn't move. And I'm pretty sure that the type of hotel we were in, if she had gone and complained to reception, although they couldn't have probably done anything about me, because you can't move someone for talking, they could have said to her, would you like to move? She didn't move, so it couldn't have been that bad. Some people just like to have a rant, do you know what I mean, at people. I've noticed that in this day and age, I've noticed it a lot. There is this whole freedom of speech. But for some reason, people that think there's this freedom of speech think they can go around like upsetting people, you know, like upsetting people and that. Like, just to use this example, I'm just going to use Jay as an example, because I know that Jay is chilled and he knows that this is just a joke kind of thing, and I'm just using him as examples. Say, for example, Jay really loves, well, he loves monkeys because he works in a zoo, and I don't like monkeys, but I'm gonna be like, how this world is today, the normal me would be like, oh my God, I can't stand, I do like monkeys, but I'd be like, oh, I don't really like monkeys, but you know, that person really likes monkeys. I'm not going to say anything, but oh God, I don't know how he can cuddle that monkey, but I'll just sit there and say nothing. And then, but this generation, because of the way this freedom of speech is, people think they could go up to someone like Jay and go, I don't know how you could hug that monkey. That's absolutely disgusting. And that's what people are like. And if you say something back, so can you stop being rude? I've got a right to say what I want, freedom of speech and all that. And that is the world we're sort of living in. You can have your opinions by all means, but why you got to go up to someone like Jay and upset him when he's loving his monkey? That's just like an example of how the world is at the moment. It's a funny old place, and I've seen it a lot recently, especially working on social media. It's quite surprising because sometimes I see some of the comments that I get and I go, wow, I can't believe someone said that. Like, I'm going to read out to you in a little while. We're going to come to that and you'll see just how shocked I can be. 209 people watching me rant this morning. Please hit the thumbs up and share the love. Craig Cargill, thank you so much. Gabby, would you be worse if she told Casper, shut up? Yeah, I would. Because when it comes to my family and my loved ones, I do get really angry about things like that. If anyone sort of, targets my kids, because the thing is, Casper's 3. If he was near a swimming pool, he's going to get excited. And if you, as like the average person, can't see that a kid is going to be like that, and then you start sticking your oar in and being horrible about it, then the problem is you, not the child. Do you know what I mean? Because 3-year-olds are not going to themselves, oh, I'm at a swimming pool, but I better be quiet because Iris next door is, I don't know what her name is, it's just an example. Iris next door might be upset with me. He's not thinking that, but Iris next door thinks that Casper could think that. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I would be frustrated with that. And I know that you could turn around and go, oh, you should control your children to a certain degree. If you put them in front of a swimming pool, yeah, I would be annoyed if it was Casper, because what do you expect, Victoria Scott, thank you so much for your love hearts. I really appreciate that. Thank you. I'm just checking back in the chat because I've been ranting for so long. But yeah, I did find it quite upsetting, to be fair, because I'm not upsetting, but I felt it was really unnecessary, to be honest with you. I weren't talking that loud. I can talk louder, but I wouldn't say I was exceptionally talking loud that particular day. Mickey Arnold, end of the day, you paid for your holiday. You have got the rights to talk, Gabby. Tell her to do one. Well, this is the thing. If she'd have come across my sister, I think that she'd have got it a lot worse, because I'm quite placid compared to my sister. Not dissing my sister, but my sister don't take any SHIT. She just goes straight for the jugular. She just goes straight in. But the thing is, nobody messes with her either. But with me, because I've got this I don't know. I seem to be like a bit of a twat magnet, if I'm being honest. It tends to happen in that respect. If that happened, I couldn't watch as I'd be too upset. Jack, and well, if you pay for a place to stay, you can talk like that. It's like your house for the time, stay in there. Yeah, exactly, and that's my point. Joe says, don't dim your sparkle for no one. She's just a Karen. And speaking of people referring to people like Karen, there are a few Karens in the community, but if you are called Karen, it's not really a diss at anybody that's called Karen. It's just like a figure of speech. And honest to God, being called Gabby, I get it a lot worse, guys, just so you know. Yeah, been some great support in the channel. Thanks, guys. What's the world coming to when a guy can't love his monkey in peace? I know, right? But you know what I'm saying? That was just an example. You get what I'm saying? People, if they want to bring you down, they will find anything. Absolutely anything. They can take this, that. Oh, did you just breathe? Oh my God. And that is the world we live in at the moment. It's crazy. Victoria Scott, been a champion for 19 months. You're amazing. Thank you, Victoria. It's really nice to hear. That does make me feel better. Liam says, it's self-entitlement, Gabby. I would have felt the same as you if the boot was on the other foot. I may have been a bit irritated, possibly by Possibly, but would never have said anything. Yeah, and that's exactly what I'm like. Like I say, I've been in situations before where I thought, oh my God, do you know what I mean? Or something like that. But I just wouldn't rock the boat, you know, at all. I just couldn't do it, because what do you really expect somebody to go, oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, sorry. I'll try to talk a bit quieter. So how are you all doing today, people on Coffee Morning? Are you doing all right? Do you know what I mean? And then whisper, and then you go, Gabby, I can't hear you. What are you saying? What are you saying? I can't hear you. Oh, so yeah, Jay, hopefully you didn't mind me using you as an example. Christopher Goff has been a channel member for 29 months and says, where does the time go? Carry on being yourself, as that's who we all want to see. Great channel. Casper, we don't want the neighbours to complain, do we?
Mister, don't back on the telly.
Just saying. Andrew says she shouldn't have booked a family resort if she wanted peace and quiet. I'm a loud talker, couldn't believe she told you, so rude. I know, it's nuts, isn't it? But there are people that just do. Yeah, they really are. He's got your boat, and I think he's about to destroy it.
You won't let it go.
But that's got lots of sharp bits on it, that Casper, so you have to give that back to Daddy. He's got Daddy's boat, you know, the boat from The Office.
You hate.
Thanks, Jay. Thank you for letting me use you as an example. Oh, Robert, brilliant. I joined the Super Louder group last week. Oh, thank you. Well, like I said, I had recorded a behind the scenes video for the Super Louders, right? Explaining about the rant and everything. And then something disturbed me. I can't remember what it was. And I thought, oh, I can't put this up now. Something's just interrupted it. Can't remember what it was. I don't know if it was some, like, I was having a coffee, and I don't know if people had walked past and they were inappropriately dressed. I can't remember what it was. And I thought, oh, I can't put that up now because I wasn't in a private place. But I accept that. I accept it. Anna Tidmarch has been a channel member for 25 months. It says, wow, where does the time go? Such an awesome community. I have got a great community. It's something I do feel proud of that we've created over the years. Anna, thank you so much. 25 months. That's nuts. It's nuts. It's good nuts. I like it. Thank you so much. So anyway, right, let's quickly move on from Iris from next door. If there's anyone called Iris that watches, please don't worry. Do you know what I mean? I didn't mean it literally. I'm just pulling out a name out of the thin air, and that just came to me, and I don't know why. Imagine if she was actually called Iris. I'd be like, oh my God, I'm just so psychic. The Master Goose, thank you so much. Ask Casper to be quiet. I'm going to complain. Casper. Oh, I feel really bad now. He just looked at me and went, would you like to come and say hello? Do you want to come and say hello? I'm sure he'll come in a minute and say hello. Yeah, sorry. Like I said, Coffee Morning. It's never quite as professional as people think it might be when they see it advertised. I do work with cats and children, so it is what it is. And today, the cats and the children are being louder than I was last week. Thank you so much, Barry. Thank you. A treat for Thumps for giving us such great entertainment in Morocco. Oh, thanks, Barry, so much. Just Me Jenny, welcome to Louders. Thank you so much. Nathan says, are you doing a chat about how we should help our local charities today, or doing fundraising events? Well, I haven't prepped anything for that, but we could talk about that for next week, Nathan. Let me just make a little note, because I haven't prepped anything. Usually I'll do a little bit of research. Local charities. I think that'd be a good subject for next week. I think it's a good one, Nathan. Thank you. And we can all talk about our favourite charities as well and stuff like that, can't we? So, Yeah, good idea, Nathan. I've put that in there. It's a good idea. Jade Robinson has just sent a membership. Thank you so, so much. And Julia has just received it. Thank you, Jay. That's really good. You guys are on fire today, aren't you? All these things keep coming out. But yeah, Just Me Jenny, welcome to Louders. I hope that you enjoy being a channel member. Rosemary says, hi, Gabby. I'm loving yours and Tim's blogs. Thank you so, so much. Oh, you are more than welcome. You're more than welcome. So... It's okay. Just call me Iris. So, yeah. What was I saying? Honestly, I've got like perimenopausal fog brain at the moment. I can't talk like I used to. So, last night I put up a vlog. Hopefully you all got a chance to watch it. It was my stay in Morocco and it was the cheapest Jet2 all-inclusive holiday. I don't know personally if it was the cheapest out there out of everything that they do, but I wanted to go to Morocco. So I looked for Morocco and I literally got the cheapest all-inclusive one, literally. And I paid, well, if you watch the vlog, you'd see I paid £475 and I had 4 nights, 5 days. And for what I got for the money, wow. Do you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. If you paid £3,000 for it, you might be like, don't know about this. Do you know what I mean? You would be probably. But for £475, that was so good. I had such a great time. The room, and obviously you probably watched it, the room had really got this Moroccan vibe to it. Like, seriously, you walked in and it was really unique. It had like Moroccan style wood, the way it was painted in Moroccan sort of like little patterns. The windows were all shaped really Moroccan, and they opened and they were magnetic, and you could open them fully to open them, then you could close them, then open up the shutter just to let light in if it was too cold and you wanted the light in. The balcony was really small, but it was really quaint. It was clean, it was tidy. The cleaners came in every day, fresh towels. There were some things I missed and didn't really get a chance to do actually, or didn't think to do, because it was just it was really my take of what I was experiencing, and I should have filmed food and I didn't. I missed the food and I'm really frustrated with myself about that, but you live and you learn, don't you, at the end of the day. Why did I not film the food? I don't know why. I wish I had done, because like all-inclusive foods, wherever you go, there's some crap there, isn't there? Let's face it. But there's also some things that are all right. And I would definitely say that the food in Morocco, I mean, I've been to Egypt before, like been to Sharm el-Sheikh, I've been to Hurghada, I've been to the south of Spain. I wouldn't compare south of Spain to Egypt, but I've been to some of these places. I've been to Tunisia. And the food can be quite bland in some of these places, but I can always make do because I really enjoy eating like fish, and as long as you got a granary roll with some butter, you're saved, you know. But the food was all right. It really was all right. And if you always aim to go to the fresh bit, because there was always people doing like fresh eggs in the morning for breakfast, and at night time they were doing like fresh kebabs, and it's like, well, if you get the kebabs, stay away from like rice. It's common knowledge to stay away from rice when it's been sitting out and stuff. That I'm a bit dubious about wherever I go. Even if I went to like a top class place in Dubai, I probably wouldn't go for the rice. I mean, it's probably perfectly fine, but because rice is quite a delicate situation, I just sort of stay clear of that department, you know, just because it makes me feel a little bit more comfortable. But there was always food that I could have. There was always fresh fish on the go. There was always something fresh, you know, and for kids, they catered well for kids, you know, so it wasn't like, oh, what are my kids going to eat? Because they always had chips, right? They always had spaghetti bolognese. Most places always have a spaghetti bolognese, and that saves me a lot of the time when I go to these places, because Casper loves pasta bolognese. Chicken nuggets, some fish fingers, you know, some sweet corn. You know, it does have things that you can get by with, and I thought the food was all right. For the price I paid for the hotel, I was expecting the food to be worse. I have been in places in Egypt where the food has been so much worse, and I paid so much more for my holiday. So I wasn't expecting anything more than that, and it was good. It was really good. Philip Vincent, thank you so much. Hi Gabby. All my love to you, Tim and Casper. Thank you, Philip. That's really, really kind. Thank you. Karina says, my daughter went to Morocco 6 weeks ago. I'm going to share your video with her. Oh, thank you, Karina. I hope she likes it. I can never pronounce your name. Ifayan Shimaya. Have I said it right? Have I said it right? Thank you so much. I just woke up to use the loo from Cali. Oh, well, thanks for going to the loo. What can I say? Thank you so much. And Eugene says, I was in Greg's last Thursday. I hope that you're using your free Greg's from Octopus Energy. Kezia says, all inclusive is the only way. It does save you money. Like sometimes I go home and I'm like, oh my God, I've got money because I just went on an all-inclusive holiday and didn't have to spend anything. So I've got money, because sometimes at home I end up spending more. It's amazing. Beverly says, you can always find something to eat on your all-inclusive. Train Spotter says, when I go to Portugal, I like to eat out in local restaurants and have calamari and have steak on the stone. Oh, wow. Yeah, I love that too. Yeah, they did have calamari though in the all-inclusive bit. They had really good, hang on, battery's about to die. On the laptop, that is. So yeah, they did have lots of good things like that. But honestly, for the money, it was a brilliant break. The entertainment team, I think, made the holiday. They thought of everything. They had got exercise classes. I didn't bring my trainers, so I didn't do any exercising. What a shame. So they had exercise classes. They had water aerobics in the pool. They had got pool parties. They'd got water polo. Honestly, Mum's watching. Mum will tell you. They had absolutely everything. They'd got a mini club for the kids. They'd got water slides, like say, foam parties. And in the evening, they had such a full-on program. They did, first of all, they'd have, and I wish I'd have filmed this too, and I didn't, and I'm looking back and going, oh, I should have captured this, should have captured that. When dinner was being served in the evening, they served dinner from like 7 till 9. They had someone like playing, like sometimes they'd have someone playing like an organ and someone singing, or sometimes have someone with a guitar and someone singing, and it was different each night. And they were just sort of standing there while you went to go and get your food, and it really created a really nice ambience. And I was like, wow, that's a really, really nice touch, and I really wish I'd have got that. So they had that, and then they'd have like a bingo or a quiz before this all started. So before food would come out, when people would sort of get their tables and just have a pre-drink, they'd do like a little quiz or something with them all. Then they'd have that little band take over while people were eating. And then they would go downstairs and they would have like the mini disco for the kids, and then it would go into some line dancing, and then they'd do like some games. And the game we were playing on that last night, it was such a good game. I really wish that when I was in an entertainment team I knew about it, because it's a really good way of getting people up on the dance floor. They went round with little like scoreboards with a list of songs, and you had to guess how many people you thought would get up on the dance floor for the songs. So basically, if you had put like, if say you put, I think 10 people are going to get up for this particular song, if you were watching and you only saw there were 6 people, you'd be like, I've got to get on that dance floor because I need to make the numbers up. So it was a really good way of getting people up on the dance floor. I thought that was really clever, actually. I never really thought of anything like that before in my entertainment business. So yeah, it was really good. Rosemary said, I love the Venice vlog. I went to Rome solo first trip. It was scary, but loved it. It was so hot. I was naive as it was in July. My crossbody bag was attached with a carabiner to my jeans loop. So if the camera tried to take it, they would take me with, if they tried to take the camera, they would have taken me. It's a good idea. It's a very good idea. Crossbody bags are always a great thing to have when traveling. I swear by them. Honestly, they're absolutely brilliant. I haven't had a crossbody bag for ages since I've had Casper, because we've always got his little rucksack and, you know, things like that. But before I had Casper, I always had a cross body bag when traveling. Honestly, it's the way forward. It really, really is. So anyway, let's move on quickly to pet of the week, because I forgot. I've been going on such a tangent that I forgot that we've got to do pet of the week. Hang on. Why have I gone off it? Oh no, I haven't gone off it. It's just loading. It's just loading. It's loading. Hang on. Do you know what? I was sorting pet of the week out and I was like, I don't even know where we're up to. And I'm like, have I done this cat? Have I done this cat before? I don't know if I have done this cat. And I don't know if I've done it or not. Because I've got that many to get through. But anyway, here we go. Right. We've got 2 cats and 2 dogs today that you get to pick from. And we're still with me showing you the way I do with the glaze of outside coming through, because I haven't got any modern technology going on still. Right, hang on. Stop me if we've seen these cats. If someone says we've seen them, stop me, please. Hang on. Okay. Diane, you haven't seen your cats yet, have you? Is Diane Price in the chat? Have you seen your cat and dog yet? Because I think I'm suffering with perimenopausal brain. That's, do you know what, that's such a good excuse to say you've got a perimenopausal brain. Gets you out of so much trouble. I don't think we've seen Diane's, have we? Anyone else seen Diane's cat and dog yet? No one said anything, so I'm assuming we haven't, so that's good. Antonia says, can you send in any pet of the week? Does it have to be cat or dogs? Any. I've even got someone's rabbit coming up soon, but I'm trying to sort of balance it out. Do you know what I mean? So I'm going to do like rabbits with goldfish and stuff like that. But I need to do cats and dogs sort of together, because I don't think you can compare like a cat to a goldfish. Or I don't really think you can compare a rabbit to a goldfish either. Not yet. Okay, thank you, Lee. Thank you. We've had a snake. Oh, no, we can't forget that snake, can we? No. Can't forget the snake. There's no snakes, though. Okay, so Diane Price has sent me in. She's got a cat and a dog. So we're going to start off with Millie the dog. She says, morning, Gabby. These are my girls. Millie is our dog who loves food and cuddles. And Mina is our cat who was watching the coffee morning and seeing all pets of the week. No way. Right, okay, hang on. Can I just scroll? Oh, this damn laptop. Okay, so Millie is the dog. So here is Millie. Can you imagine, right? If we've already had Millie and Millie gets entered twice. Right, here's Millie. Tom Collins, Vincent. Tom Collins, hands down. Here's Millie, everyone. Millie the dog. By the way, you guys are voting today. Just thought I'd let you know. So we've got Millie. Penny says lovely. Mascu says adorable. Ben says I don't remember seeing Millie. That's good then. That's good. I'm not losing it. That's good. Right, hang on. We've got Millie and we've got Mina. That's it. Millie and Mina. God, they sound so similar. There we go. There's Mina. Is it Mina that's been watching Pets of the Week? There we go. Looks like Smidge. Does look like Smidge a bit. Just Me, Jenny says cute. Yeah, it's cute. Yeah, I bet I thought it was like Smidge. Master Goose says like Smidge as well. High on catnip. So, right, we've got Millie and Mina. I wrote them down so that I know where I'm at. And we've got Hang Fire. Here we go. Next one. Christina has sent this in. Sarah Nicole. This is Elfie, a Devon Rex from Colorado. Elfie is a 1-year-old and enjoys doing crafts, stealing puzzle pieces, unwinding yarn, and walking across your paintings. Frolicking with her doggy sister and playing in water. She likes to ride on your shoulder, watch whatever you're doing, and snuggle in with you under the covers. Oh, adorable. So this is Elfie. Elfie. Elfie the cat. Look at the colours on that. Can you see okay? I'm so sorry that all you can probably see is like my patio. I'm sorry. No news on Holly's wardrobe at the moment. We're going to chase that today and find out what's going on. It's nearly been a year. Well, being a year in October. Vera says, gorgeous cat. Jeanette says, my Milo is the cutest. Master Goose says, looks like a little troublemaker. I think it does. It does look like a little troublemaker. Bless. And then to end Pet of the Week, the last one is... Stop me if we've had it. Hi, Gabby. This is from Fern. Please can I put forth Lenny, my 1-year-old Whippet, for Pet of the Week. So here is Lenny, and Lenny is a greyhound. Oh my God. And looks like a fast greyhound at that. There you go. So we've got Lenny. So I'm now going to put the poll up. Beautiful, isn't it? Yeah, beautiful, Jenny. That's what I thought. So cute. So anyway, let me just quickly put the poll up for you guys to vote. And then after we've done Pop's quote of the week, we will go back and we will see who the winning pet of the week is. I do hate it when we have to vote, but it's just a bit of fun, really, innit? They're all winners, really. But we've got Millie. We've got Mina. We've got Elfie. And we've got Lenny. Cast your votes now. It's up. He's already on the winner's podium, Roger says. I know. It's almost like if I put the winning post up. They are all lovely. They're all really, really lovely. Absolutely love them. Thank you all so much for sending in your pets of the week. Honestly, it does mean a lot. It's been a really nice, like, little touch on Coffee Morning. I've really, really enjoyed it. But just quickly, I'm going to just going back to the woman right at the start. Like, I received this was one of the comments that I received. You know, I said to you, oh, I did send it to myself, but I'd tell you after Pet of the Week. Like I said, I've had a few comments that sort of were against me and were for the neighbour. And someone called Life of Jen said, I would have just done a coffee morning in a more private space instead of disturbing everyone's peace when they're trying to relax on holiday. In brackets, I also suggest a mic so you don't have to shout as much. But I just wanted to let Jen know, I do appreciate the comment. I appreciate all comments, to be fair, but I was in a private space. That was a private space. And like I said, if I did have a mic, she would not be wishing she put that comment. Trust me, because I'm really, really loud. And we do have somebody else that put something that annoyed me. Someone had commented under my blog last night and said in bold capitals, this is Cynthia Rourke. I've never seen her name come up before, but she put in bold capitals, please get your son checked by professionals. And then she repeats it. So she puts it twice. Please have your son checked out by professionals. If that was a genuinely concerning comment, she wouldn't have put it in bold capitals. So that was quite upsetting. Few things that I want to say in retaliation to that, like, I don't mind a bit of constructive criticism, but it really does frustrate me when people pass them sort of comments about Casper, because it's not their business. Do you know what I mean? In that respect, like, I'm his mother. If I felt like Casper needed to see a professional, I would be the first person that is on that. I'm on it. He's my pride and joy. He's my world. He's my everything. And if I saw anything that was cause for concern, I'd be on it. Maybe I am on it. So for all this person knows, they're assuming, like, say there is an issue there with Casper, right? And I'm dealing with it with professionals. This person assumes I'm not doing anything to help Casper. She just assumes, because she's seen a vlog, she thinks that I'm sat back and Casper's struggling and I'm just watching and going, oh, it's all right. Do you know what I mean? And things like that. This person doesn't know anything about our private life in that respect. Okay, we put vlogs out, but there are some things that are kept private. Do you know what I mean? Like, we don't put everything sort of out there. And if Casper has any medical issues, then that's between me, Casper, and our doctor. It's got nothing to do with Cynthia Rourke. Do you know what I mean? And if she's sitting there going, oh, well, the thing is, I'm just genuinely concerned. Think outside the box, Cynthia, and think to yourself, if there is a problem that you think he's got, maybe his mum has dealt with it. Do you know what I mean? What makes you think that I'm not doing anything? Jay says, he does, though, a professional child advertising agency for upcoming ads and movies. He's just adorable. This is the thing. And so not only is it not a business, it doesn't look like a general concerning comment, because if it was, she'd put it in a private PM to me. And if she was generally concerned, she probably just wouldn't say anything, because it ain't her business to stick her or in any way. And she doesn't actually know what's going on behind closed doors, you know. And thirdly, what's with the bold capitals? What's with the bold capitals? Like, it just comes across insulting, doesn't it? It just comes across as one great big insult, and it comes across rude. It's rude. It's rude to send a message in bold capitals telling someone to get professional help for their son. It's bloody rude, you know, because it's not your family. It's not your life. It's got bugger all to do with you. So that did sort of like frustrate me. You all right with that car wash there, Casper? Better see a doctor. I'm only joking. But it is bloody rude, isn't it? But this is what I was saying to you earlier about people that we live in this day and age, this freedom of speech where they believe. Now, I was referring to Jay's monkey earlier, wasn't I? People believe that they can have this input on your child's medical needs, and they genuinely believe they've got a right to have an input and say these things, and they don't think that as a mother, she thinks I'm going to take it kindly. She thinks I'm going to be like, oh, thanks, Cynthia. Thanks for reminding me. Thanks for that. God, nice one. No, Cynthia. Bugger off, Cynthia. Simple as. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this brings us to Pop's quote of the week, right? Hopefully you all like it. I've just got to quickly find it first. Jay's monkey out of contest for anyone. Yeah, when I say Jay's monkey, we just used it as an example earlier if you've just joined. Jay's monkey. It's just an example. I couldn't think of anything on the spot. And Jay, your name was right in front of me, and I just knew I could use you. Sorry. Okay, I'm just getting Pop's quote up now. We're going to have to add some drum rolls while I'm loading it, okay? So drum rolls, everybody. Drum rolls. I don't even know what it is. I can't, because he sent this to me before coffee morning last week, which I couldn't do for you because I was working blind. I can't remember what it is. What is it? I've sent him loads of pictures of my drinks. Where is it? He spams my inbox, he does. Where is it? Where is it? Come on, Dad, where is it? Sorry, everyone. I did not realise he had sent me this many messages since then. Oh, I've got it. I don't know how you lot are going to feel about this. This is probably bullying politicians, to be fair. We're going on about bullies. It's probably bullying politicians. I'm going on about Cynthia, and then my dad goes on about this. Oh, you're going to love it. You're going to love it. Okay, here we go. Pop's quote of the week. Vaccines should be tested on politicians first. If they survive, the vaccine is safe. If they don't, the country is safe. That's such a bullying quote. So, you get the point though, right? They put these vaccines out and don't try them first. Okay. So I'll just read it one more time. It is savage, I know. That's Dad for you, love it. So just quickly read it one more time. Imagine if you put my dad next to Iris next door. That would have been an interesting one, wouldn't it? But vaccines should be tested on politicians first. If they survive, the vaccine is safe. If they don't, the country is safe. Awesome, Julia says. Well, we do like a good old quote of the week, don't we? Put the world to right. So, hang on. Yeah, glad you're right. You're absolutely right. But sometimes I just need to have a little vent when it's necessary. Do you know what I mean? I like to share it with you guys. Just because some of the things people say shocks me. I was shocked. Walk me Tim style, I was shocked. Right, here we go. Drum roll for pet of the week. Drum roll. It's been a long old coffee morning this morning. I'm going to miss nursery. I'm such a bad mum. Not only am I neglecting his health, I'm neglecting his nursery. No, he ain't late yet. Drum roll, drum roll, drum roll. Here we go. Here we go. In fourth place, we have got, by the way, this does keep changing. Fourth place, we have got Elfie. Congratulations, Elfie. And in two of them are tying here in second and third on 28%. We have got Millie and we have got Lenny, which means the winner is Mina. It's Mina, right? Is it Mina or is it Mina? We got Mina. Minna. I think it's Minna, isn't it? Yes, JJ. Say hello.
Hello.
Say hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
What did you do on your holidays?
And
Tell everyone what you did. Remember?
And it's
So everybody only went on in the mini club.
mini club
And you went in the swimming pool.
and in the pool
And you went to the disco.
and they go.
Yeah. Did you dance at the disco?
Yeah.
Did you? What's your favourite song at the disco?
La.
What did we do? We did the hokey cokey. The hokey cokey? Hokey cokey?
Yeah.
Yeah. How do we do the hokey cokey? Put the right arm in, right arm out, in, out, in, out. I think I'm doing this on my own. How embarrassing. Daddy, take Casper before I humiliate myself anymore. And it's our winning pet.
Yeah,
Is, well, Millie is kind of changing a little bit. Millie is overtaking Mina, but when we announced it, it was Minna. So, yes, Minna, I'm going to end the poll now. Minna is our winning pet of the week. So, thank you all so much. It does say in the poll, though, that Millie won, but when we announced it, it was Minna because I hadn't clicked on end. So, it is actually Minna that's winning. So, I'm going to be putting Minna's picture up on my community tab for the week this week. And once again, I'm so sorry that we didn't feature it last week. If you do want to feature your pet for Pet of the Week, then you can do. Please send it to my email address, gabbystarbuck@hotmail.com, or you can send it in an Instagram message, or you can send it on Facebook. Hopefully it won't go into the spam file, but you can send it on Facebook, Gabby Starbuck, Vocalist Entertainer. So feel free to send it in your pictures, and we'll keep going with Pet of the Week until the pets run out, and they're just not running out yet. They're nowhere near running out, and it's going to go on until 2027 probably. But we don't mind, do we? Anyway, I'm going to end it there because I've got to get Casper to nursery, and I've gone on way too long, ranting, raving. What can I say? But the next vlog that's going up is a Moroccan market. Hopefully you'll all enjoy that. It's such an insight. Honestly, it's so interesting to watch. If you like a good shop, oh, you're going to love this one. So anyway, have a good day today. If you're going to do anything at all, make sure that it's something positive. Be nice to your neighbours and be nice to Jay's monkey. See you later, everyone. Bye.